Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Driveway Engineer. I'm JR. This is my D100. It is a 1988 boy with a 440 from an RV in it. It may look fancy, but it is 100% stock. 7.5 to 1 compression ratio, 440. Adjusted up a little bit. This is my wife's truck. She likes it. She wants to use it to do farm stuff with, go and fetch mulch and whatnot. Today I want to show you how easy it is to wire an engine, especially a simple one like this, but it kind of applies to most. Even if you have like an EFI, there's really somewhere in the harness, there's like some main constant 12 volts and some switch 12 volts. But this is super easy because it has a HEI distributor. So it does have the complication of an electric fuel pump. And the reason that this is the way it is right now is because I like to do things in stages. If you've been watching my shorts all week, you saw that one day I came up here and I hit it with some brake cleaner and it started. I just touched wires to the battery. And then the next day I filled up the float bowls with gas and it started and ran for a second. Woohoo! Like, I know it's not locked up. So today I've wired it with a fuel pump and a panel, a cheap panel, so that I can start it and run it and let it run for a while and see how it goes. I need to see what hits what. I need to see, does it have a rod knock, things like that. So I know I have a massive vacuum leak, I realized right there. This is a 600 double pumper. It's not too small for a 440 when it only has 7.5 to 1 compression. But my dual feed hit the coil. I can move the coil. I chose to flip the feed around. I don't like the feed. It leaks. It kind of sucks. And then the nice thing about a 12 volt pump is it is super easy to start. You don't have to wait for it to pick anything up or anything like that. Pick up fuel. I don't know if that pump works. I don't care. The pump I have works. But yeah, obviously I need to get my brake master mounted to the booster. I need to figure out an exhaust, but right now I'm going to show you guys how to wire this. So super easy, and you can wire like a lot of lawnmowers and older ATVs and stuff like this too. The coil has a positive and a negative. My negative for my coil is run to my distributor, which triggers it because this is a GM HEI style from 440 source. The positive runs to the positive side of the coil. That runs up here to my switch panel. My switch panel has 12 volts. This is a no-no because it's not fused, but the switch panel has 12 volts going into the bottom of the switch. When you activate the switch, 12 volts feeds into here, which is the push button for the starter. This is the single small wire on the starter, so that triggers the starter, and then there's a big wire that comes up here to the battery. That's all you have to do is start it grounds itself. And then I jumped off of here for my fuel pump wiring, which goes down here to my fuel pump, which is sitting in that gas can, and that's the whole thing. You can actually, I drove Daryl around like that. Like this was, I just had a fuse and I ran one of these over to the brake switch so that I had brake lights, and that's all I had. I ran it, once the brake switch has two sides just like this, and when you push the brake pedal it goes doop doop and lights your brake lights, and I ran a wire back, and that's, I had brake lights so I could drive. I didn't have blinkers, I didn't have headlights, I didn't need them. It was a good time. But yeah, let's I don't know if you can hear, but that's running. And then because it's running, see a little puff of fuel there. I don't have a choke on this. I don't need one. It is the loudest thing in the world. that's it though. That's the whole video. So maybe sometime in the next few months you'll see the Dodge on the road. The main hang up right now is going to be the exhaust, which is super close right there, but I think I have a solution. And the fact that the transmission is for a motorhome, so it has a fixed yoke, and I'll either have to have a drive shaft made with a slip yoke in it, or I'll have to have it converted, take it to a transmission shop and let them deal with it while I ride a jet ski. We'll see. I haven't decided yet. But I actually tried to take the original transmission that came with this motor, and they jerked me around for like 6 weeks, and I got tired of it, and they're still sitting on my transmission. It's been a year later. So, but yeah, it's just a TorqueFlite 727. So we have a running engine that has decent oil pressure and should run for a long time and make my life faster than the other wives to the pumpkin patch. So, and that's how you do a simple 12 volt wiring. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time on The Driveway Engineer.